We'll start the meeting of May 12th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Bonnie Holstein,
Here.
Gary Yaros,
Here.
Leah Rulo,
Here.
Chris Ravish,
Here.
Brad Doobie,
Excused.
Katie Grigorchek, excused, and Paul Grigorchek here.
Brad will be back shortly. He went to preschool graduation, so I'll be taking over the meeting until he shows up. Any additions, deletions, changes to the agenda? We need approval of the agenda.
Support.
I have a motion and support.
The food service contract on the consent agenda?
No.
Food service contract is on.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh,
That's renewal of our 3-year contract that we have.
it's a single year contract,
It's year by year.
right?
It is
Correct,
year by
Catherine,
year.
that's what we looked at
Yeah, we
today.
do an RFP every 3 years and then we do a yearly renewal.
The yearly one.
So do we go out to bid every year?
No, every 3 years.
3 years, so.
We have to every 3 years, but we could do it
Yeah.
every year if we wanted.
Didn't know if there was any questions on it. We should move to the non-consent.
Yeah, I'm not objecting if you want. I mean, I motion to approve the agenda, but if you want to jump mind it, go ahead.
Why do you want to move it to the non-consent? We want to discuss it.
That's if I didn't know if it was just it's just a 2.5% adjustment for the next year. Is it pretty cut and dry, or is there anything that we should open it up to, or should we look at different options, or?
Which we can't discuss it now. I mean,
Let's
if
move
we
it
want-
down to the non-consent agenda, and then my motion to approve moving item C to the non-consent agenda. Thank you,
And
Paul.
do you
Thanks, Paul.
support that? So then item C will be moved to non-consent. I have a motion and a second. We need just approval of the agenda. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Community comments on agenda items only at this time. Yes, ma'am. State your name.
My name is Becky Lakin. I'm the city manager for Pinconning, and I just want to make a comment about the SRO that you will be discussing today. I know that Mr. Pauljack does have proposals, and that I just wanted to speak a little bit. The Pinconning Police Department obviously has been around for a long time. We've always had a loose contract with the school in the past, and at one point, the school was having money problems, and we didn't take any money, and we still came. We do still want to come. It's important for us to build strong relationships with school personnel, the kids, and of course the parents. We want to instill respect, trust, and ensure a healthy attitude toward police officers. We care very much about the kids who will become our future and our leaders. I'm just asking that you please consider our proposal. Trust me, we will be there when you need us, and sometimes even when you don't. We want to continue to be an integral part of the school life for now and years to come. So I just ask that you please consider our proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other community comments on agenda items only? Communications, Mr. Polchak?
Thank you.
I'd like to approve the consent agenda, though.
Sorry. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move and pay bills totaling $622,714.17.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. We need a roll call.
Gary Yaros,
Yes.
Paul Gregorczyk is yes, Bonnie Holstein,
Yes.
Leo Rulo,
Yes.
and Chris Ravish.
Yes. Now, Mr. Clover, communication.
Thank you, Mr. Revish. First off, I would like to congratulate Jen Kringelski. 2020 graduate Chance Wilczynski nominated his middle school science teacher, Jen Kringelski, for the Michigan State University Green Apple Award. Chance is a 2024 engineering graduate from Michigan State University and wrote an essay on his 7th grade science teacher from Pinconning, who taught him how to think and have a passion for science and learning. I wanted to congratulate Chance on his engineering degree and Ms. Kringelski for making that impact on our students. I plan to create a nice story for our new website where you can see pictures, and I even have copies of Chance's letter that I'd like to put in there. It's pretty great. So congratulations to both of them. The school resource officer contract, we did discuss it at the last meeting. We received a second submitted proposal from the Pinconning Police Department last week. This new contract is for 30 hours a week and for $25,000. It would only cover the Pinconning campus and any school issues within the city. We've talked about that before. And the cost for the county proposal, last year was $56,000, this year is $64,000. They do have increases, so next year could be around high 60s. Mr. Yaros did ask about the grant at the last meeting, and we did receive funding for a grant for the school that we can use for the school resource officer for whichever proposal we get.
How much is that?
It was $120,000, I think, around there for that grant.
Is it
It's a yearly grant, yep, that we get. So that
Can we
will,
use for other security measures too? Like our glass?
well, that was being, you mean for other areas?
Yeah.
Glass?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
they
use
need
it for
security and
Okay.
mental health, right?
Yeah, it's a mental health.
It's more of a mental health.
So we do have
thing.
other options too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if facilities is part of that anymore. but
It's more of a mental health thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
well,
did
we
it,
got
yeah.
mental health.
Yeah. So we can use it for other things as well, though. Let's see. The county, just to compare apples to apples, the county submitted proposal is for 35 hours per week, so it's similar, 30 to 35 hours.
Is that drive time included in that?
No, 40 hours, the drive time is an hour a day there and back. That's why it's 35 and not 40.
Okay.
I did contact the sheriff's office that same day I received the new proposal from the Pinconning Police Department, because I wanted to know if, and I figured you would want to know the same, could we get a, similar to what we had before, is it possible to have a county proposal that maybe is 10 to 15 hours a week, so they could take care of Linwood and any outlying things, because we've heard from our principals that it's been pretty useful and important to be able to go out and do home visits and check on things. And I was told, let me see where I'm at, I was told that a contract similar to what we had before is not feasible any longer due to staffing, schedules, and logistical reasons. So it's possible that we may not have anyone for Linwood if that happens. That's what I was told. So that's the info. I wanted you to have it if I did want to vote. With just getting that now, I wanted to be able to think of some questions and concerns and ask some things. So hopefully at the next meeting, the June 9th meeting, we'll be able to figure it out and vote on
If the
it.
county is interested in Linwood, are there other third parties that could provide security to that building?
Like security
I'm not
things?
sure, just asking.
Private security.
Obviously, the cities cannot. so
Right,
they-
correct.
So
We
we
can
would
do
have
that.
an issue to address there, I guess.
Yeah, we can check. I don't know if they would do, an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon before school. We can check on it. That's why I wanted to wait, because questions like this, we can check on anything, whatever works. Yeah, well, what other,
The, Pinconning Township contracts with the county,
yes.
of course, that's a different jurisdiction too, Linwood is a different township of Pinconning, so. That would apply. How many hours is Linwood a week?
Currently?
Average,
15, 18. It also depends if, Deputy Campbell is up here handling more stuff, then he's not at Inland as often. But we do see him every day. Sometimes it's just a quick stop in, check in on his way up or down. We've had a contract with the county before, like the first 2 years. It was just different people, whoever was there,
yeah.
they pop in, say hi, sit in their car for an hour and leave. Definitely not the same that we have right now.
I would like the administrators at the next meeting to give a quick little briefing on, like they did at our meeting that we had.
At our personnel
Just so
committee.
the
Okay.
rest of the members hear some of their feelings on
Sure.
things.
You could do that.
my thoughts are similar to last time. I shared with the board that I feel that if these are tax dollars that our residents are paying to Pinconning, and whenever we could share with a local, those tax dollars and not send them out, even though Bay County is still a local, it's nice to do cooperative services possible. There isn't a lot of opportunities. That's something I consider. And I also appreciate them coming today. That shows that they are take the initiative to come and let us know how concerned you are. Appreciate it.
I wonder if you could, and maybe you know, I don't think so. The demographics, how many of our children live in this city that would fall under that jurisdiction? How many children live outside of the jurisdiction? Because they did make a comment that the home visits were important, and that's something the city would be able to do to the outside of the city.
Well, that's true too, right?
Yeah.
But if we knew demographics wise, how many kids were in the city, how many outside the city?
Yeah, if 80% are in the city and they can handle it, that's different than
It is
Does
the
Mr. Campo do home visits for us? Yes, he does, but he can do the whole
county.
county.
Yeah, we can check on that. Good, okay. And let me know if there are other things before the next meeting. Retired teacher luncheon. We had a great turnout last week for the retired teacher luncheon. 35 former teachers attended. They first heard from our principals giving a building update, and then they had lunch. I followed that up with giving like a state of the district, talked about everything that's going on with us. Many questions. I didn't even think about all the questions they were going to have from, things that were happening when they were here to now. So that was great. They were very pleased, heard many good things, receiving emails and cards thanking us for allowing that to happen, just for them to be able to get back together with their old coworkers. Was great. The event was also supported financially, actually by a friend of mine, a classmate who heard about it and lives in Texas. And she said, I love my Pinconning teachers and I want to help however I can. So that was really neat for her to do that. Business director position, I'm sad to announce that we are accepting applications for our business director position. Ms. Newell will be moving on to Central Michigan University. Catherine has done a great job in the business office, and we would like to thank her for her time served here with us for our kids, and all that she's done. She's been very organized, great with the audits, so be tough shoes to fill. So we thank her for her time here. Graduation commencements are this Sunday at 1:30. For the class of 2025, the current weather forecast is 65 degrees and cloudy with a 0% chance of rain. I'm sure that won't change, right? We'll keep it at that and not have any worries at all. That sounds great, but the maintenance crew will be on call to move the stage and set up inside in case we needed to do that. So we're excited, and Dr. Braun might have some more information on that. And then I'm not going to steal too much thunder on the track meet. I know we've already talked about it. I just wanted to congratulate our athletic department for their organization and work to make that that championship event a success. Coaches, staff, volunteers from the band and girls soccer programs helped make that day run smooth, and I'm sure Mr. Floyd would echo that we couldn't have done it without all of the support from our groups and parents and coaches and staff. So that was very good. Musical success. The Drowsy Chaperone finished up yesterday. Very entertaining with amazing acting and preparation. It's interesting that 7 of the 15 cast members will not be here next year due to graduation, and one's a foreign exchange student. So we do have a great group of talented underclassmen that will be stepping up next year, but hopefully we get some more faces and keep this tradition going of having great performances. And one of them is sitting right across from me that did a great job. And finally, the Mites projects are in display in the high school gym lobby. If on your way out, anyone wants to take a look at some of those. We had 6 third place, 3 second place, 8 first place, and 2 overall winners, with Quentin Shireen receiving best in show that beat out over 5,000 other entries, which is amazing. So, and that's the big green cabinet. You can't miss it when you walk towards the gym. So congratulations to teachers, students, and all that have helped with that as well. That's it. Any questions? Thanks.
Student representative, Trinity Briggs, valedictorian,
Yeah.
2025.
Nice.
Hello, everybody. So, the Spring Blood Drive, sponsored by Student Council, will take place on Tuesday, May 13th, which is tomorrow, in the school library, right here. Community members are welcome and encouraged to come and help save a life. The Pinconning Mario Kart team of Dylan Krevinghouse, Griffin Morin, Connor Whitcup, Cameron Dake, and Logan Milliman, all seniors, qualified for the Mario Kart Final Four at Oakland University this past weekend. The team lost in their Final Four match 2-0 to Bloomfield Hills Novi. The Pinconning Industrial Arts students entered a total of 55 projects into this year's Mites Region 12 competition, with an amazing 54 of those projects qualifying for the state championship competition. The project that did not qualify lost out to other Pinconning projects. In all, 42 individual students qualified for the state competition. And I have basically what Mr. Kowalczyk said about all the first place and second place. Of course, Quentin Shireen won the best overall Brock Medal project for 9th and 10th grade students, and as he said, beat out over 5,000 other projects from across the state. This week is the final week of classes for the class of 2025. So unfortunately, that means that this is the last time we'll be talking to you as your student representative. Exciting year-end events include senior awards on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. in the middle school gym, senior sunset immediately following senior awards near the softball field. Graduation rehearsal will be on Thursday, May 15th from 8 to 10 a.m. on the football field. Senior breakfast will be Friday, May 16th at 8 a.m. in the middle school gym. The senior walk will visit Central Elementary, St. Mike's, and Linwood Elementary on Friday, May 16th. And graduation is set for Sunday, May 18th at 1:30 p.m. Lots going on. And the finest PHS artwork is currently on display at the Northeast Art Center on Grove Street in Standish. Gallery hours are 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's all for me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Non-consent agenda. Item A, BAISD board election. Oh, sorry. Administrative staff. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Sorry, I'll go first. Real quick, Gary, I want to amend my hours. I'm gonna say 10 to 12 hours a week. I started thinking, and 15, 18 is way more than he's there. You go. Okay.
Couple hours a day.
All right, so I'm just gonna run through a lot of our end of the year happenings at Linwood. Today our 4th graders went to Pinconning State Park, or Pinconning Park, with our Rotary. They did a little nature walk. They thoroughly enjoyed it and saw lots of great birds and animals. Our 4th grade teacher said best weather ever. That should say, well, maybe not ever, but take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Tomorrow, TV5's chief meteorologist, Chris Eastlick, will be in our 4th grade class talking about weather. While our K2 students are at the zoo, the Gleaner Insurance Group is paying the way for our students to attend. They're paying for their way, a ride, the bus. So if we have 51 students going, our teachers and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun for our kiddos tomorrow. My notes are all over the place, I'm sorry. Let's see, this Thursday night from 5 to 6:30, we have our final family engagement night. We're doing a Bluey themed night. So it should be a lot of fun. We also have a Bluey costume, so Bluey will be there. If you don't know Bluey, it's a little dog, Australian cartoon. So kids are really excited, looking forward to that. Next Monday, our 4th graders are going to go to Bay County State Park and participate in the Nature Wakes program, so let's do some more nature walking. We have our Memorial Day program on Thursday the 22nd at 1:30. Our students have been practicing their songs for the past 2 months, so they'll be ready to go. We do have 2 more field trips the following week. On the 28th, our 3rd through 5th graders are going to go to Dutch Village and play some mini golf. Just have a fun end of the year time. The following day, our K2s going to the Children's Museum in Saginaw, and then ending the day at Bay County State Park, playing on their playground. And our field day is on May 30th. So lots going on these next few weeks.
All right, middle school, also a lot going on. Students of the month for April were just announced. So 6th grade student of the month is Hunter Brower. Mr. Prime nominated Hunter and says that he's a great student. 7th grade student of the month is Hayden Cassidy. She was nominated by Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank says that Hayden is a hardworking student. She always helps out when asked and is never disruptive. Stone Behringer, the 8th grade student of the month, and also the overall middle school student of the month, was nominated by Mrs. Patke. She says he's one of our brightest students. He is always prepared and is a joy to have in class. He is kind to others. Middle school has field day coming up this Friday, sponsored by our middle school student council. It'll take place in the morning because we have a half day that day out in the football field. 8th grade graduation is coming up Thursday, May 29th. We start at 5 p.m. at the Cheese House. We'll do dinner and then awards, and then the students will be bused back to the school for a dance in the middle school gym from 7 to 8:30. 7th grade and the middle school student council attended the Loons game, the Loons Kids Day game on Friday, May 2nd. Had a great time. On Monday, April 28th, our 7th and 8th grade science classes enjoyed a presentation by Consumers Energy called the Consumers Innovation Presentation. 8th grade's going to Kalahari on Monday and Tuesday next week. 6th grade will enjoy a reward day some day next week, just it's going to be weather dependent. Again, based on grades and discipline for the last month, and they will enjoy ice cream and pizza. 5th grade transition day was April 21st and 25th, went very well. We just kind of added some extra things and some extra time for the kids to be able to experience passing time and sit in on classes and experience lunch and practice lockers, just to give them a little bit more of a taste of what middle school is going to be like before they come for their meet and greet in August. And then our community service projects that we had back in April, our 7th grade did their community service during the school day on April 17th at Doc Letchfield Park. I think the city was really happy with the work that the kids did. We heard no complaining. It really was an amazing time. And then 8th grade did theirs the evening of April 23rd out at Camp Fishdales. We had squeaked by with just enough kids to show up with some family members. It was also just a great experience. That's it.
I'll start with our students of the month and launch into the few things high school's got going on. All right, so our freshman was Riley Quinn, and he was nominated by Mr. Prime. He says, Riley has always been a great force of positivity in my classroom. He hasn't always been the highest achiever academically, but the positive leadership he showcases is invaluable.
He recently took it upon himself to sit down and have a conversation with an ISD inclusion student that I have had with me since first semester. No student has taken the time that he has to genuinely talk to her and make her feel included with her same age peers. I wouldn't say that this student is nonverbal, but for all intents and purposes, she is. In a matter of a few moments with her, Riley was able to have an actual conversation. The staff member with her told her that no one has ever been able to get the student to say more than a word or two at a time. He was beyond proud of the genuine kind-heartedness of Riley in that moment. He truly has an amazingly welcoming and empathetic personality that showcases the positive community building and love for his fellow classmates that all Spartans should have. For that, I am nominating him for the High School Student of the Month. 10th grader is Nicholas Weed Cruz. Nicholas is a dedicated student in AP US History, consistently striving for excellence. He maintains open communication regarding his academic progress and demonstrates consistent courtesy and respect toward both his peers and me. Our 11th grader is Samantha Wendy. She was nominated by Mrs. Gary. She's always trying to make sure that other classmates are doing okay and always willing to listen to them. Our senior is Maverick Rivard. He was nominated by Mr. Thomas. Maverick arrives on time, fully prepared with materials needed to complete his assignments, and he is a supportive and encouraging classmate. He readily offers help to those who have questions, ensuring that everyone feels included and valued in our learning environment. And our overall winner is our sophomore, Nicholas Weed Cruz. Speaking of AP testing, we wrapped up the last test today. Last week they went all week long. Last one was calculus today. Asked the kids how it went, they looked at me sideways. So hopefully that's a good thing. I think they are all very relieved after weeks and weeks and weeks of testing is done. So I'm excited to see those scores when they come out in June. Not this past weekend, the weekend before was prom. Super successful. Kids were wonderful. Great job by Mrs. Manor and Mrs. Newmeyer getting everything set up. It was just a really, really good time to spend with the kids. This past Friday, we had our Renaissance Day for our kiddos with perfect attendance, exemplary GPAs. It was all from first semester, so kids had a score of 3.0 or higher. Perfect attendance, no discipline, and then we had over 200 students. So it was pretty cool to witness all of that. We had lunch provided by a few of our local businesses, so thank you to them. I know it was already mentioned several times, but I'm just going to reiterate it one more time. Our mites and our track meet and our esports teams, just the people power that goes into that and the amazingness coming out of our students and our musical, same thing. You know, we get sometimes caught up at this time of year where it's everything is just like, let's just another day, let's get through. But we have amazing kids here, and just to be able to celebrate them is super fun. And then get to celebrate our seniors on Sunday. So it's just really neat, and our staff is just amazing in getting them through. So congratulations to all of them. This Wednesday, senior awards. Super excited just reading the script on those getting awards and scholarships is just, it's awesome. And then graduation on Sunday. I can't believe we're there. Next week, band concert will be on the 21st, and that will be just a culmination of everything and really their last day together for the year. Lots of stuff coming up, but it's really excited to celebrate this class. Very, very high achieving class, just looking at the GPAs and just the things they're doing in their future.
Any other administrative staff? Okay, now the non-consent agenda. PASD board election.
We just did this, but I move to adopt a resolution to designate Gary Harris as Pinconning Area Schools representative and Paul Dvorak as alternate representatives to vote at the June Bayerneck ISD election at 6 p.m. and also to vote for Mr. Gary Harris and Alan Schmidt for a position on the BA ISD board.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now, item B, the food service contract renewal for the 25-26 school year. Any discussion?
And that's what I was wondering about just alternatives. you know, we see it down and it's just an increase. I guess, I'm fairly new to the board. What are our options?
We did the RFP and only had the one, right?
Last year.
Last year, we had just the one, Chartwell's was the only bidder. So the other option would be doing it ourselves, you know, and I don't know if that's
What would we do, hire our own administrator?
service,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of like a, yeah.
Is that what Bay City did this year? I heard Bay City moved
Yeah.
to something.
Bay
I think
City or Bangor?
Bangor Township's doing that.
Do we have great cooks, I hear on every meeting how, do we keep them though, if we were to?
Yeah.
So they're our employees?
They're ours, yeah, they,
So all we're hiring is an administrator,
to do all of the
it sounds like a
grant
lot.
paperwork.
Can I give my suggestion? Is if you're really considering this, that maybe you use this year as preparation for it, because it's a lot.
Could we post the position, do we have time to post a position and see what happens before we need to fill this year?
We'd have to do an RFP with the state if you wanna go with a different,
So we need to,
the state, kind of,
oh, this is already approval from the state, I read here.
yes,
So we'd have to go through that again.
yes.
It seems like a lot. Just looking at your faces, it seems like a lot.
The RFP last year took me a lot of time. Because of all the state requirements.
So if we approve this tonight, say for another year, but then maybe we could explore some options for.
Yeah,
So we would hire someone to take that duty off of the business manager, so they would prepare, or they would, so we would, I'm
I
kinda
don't know.
lost a little bit on
We
that.
honestly don't know how it would work doing it ourselves. We have to reach out to Bangor Township and
That's what I
see
was
how they did it and.
Yeah, I don't know if our business director would still have to do that, while the
Yeah.
other person is doing what they do now at Chartwell's. You know, the director of food services, for them, they have a lot of paperwork, a lot of things that they're keeping, you know, making sure we're following the right laws and rules and guidelines and all of that.
I just know the food
Yeah.
service budget is a monster,
Mhm.
and we don't wanna jeopardize it.
Mhm.
But if we can be more efficient, then it'll be something we need to look into. So,
Okay.
all right, I'll make a motion then to approve the contract renewal for 25-26 school year.
We have a motion and support. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Public comment. Anyone from the public?
Point
Yes.
of order, that was approval of a contract, I think you need to do a roll call vote for that.
Okay, we can do that.
Any
You
easy
spend
enough?
money, right?
Confirm yes,
Gary? And Leah?
Yes.
And Bonnie Wilson?
Yes.
And Paul is a yes, and Chris?
Yes,
Just trying to keep you straight.
Okay, good, thank you.
thank you. Now, public comment. Anyone from the public, just state your name.
Yes, hi, I'm Amy Schultz. I'm back again tonight to talk again about the varsity softball coach. I was here to the board back in January and raised some of my concerns of some of the things that happened prior to the hiring. And now that season is, well underway, but not quite finished. There's a lot of things that have recently come to light. And even though I prefer to wait until after the season was over, because I'm here tonight missing my daughter watching her game, I can't wait. The things that these girls have endured this year is awful. And the fact that we had to stand by and allow these things to happen and get to the point where these girls got so frustrated that they just broke down and started calling all of us parents and saying, did you hear this? Did you know this? Did you know this? This all happened at a team bonding event that took place on Friday. Just to share with you some of the things that have happened over these past couple of months, it includes the coach driving down to a Michigan game for a team bonding and having all of the freshmen in her vehicle with her. And during that drive, she was texting, she was making rude gestures to other drivers, she was commenting and saying aggressive and inappropriate items while these freshmen were in the car. My own daughter had to say to her on multiple occasions, "What are you doing? Get off your phone, please," as a 14-year-old girl. It includes her being just very unprofessional and speaking ill of some of the teammates to other teammates when those people aren't around. Coaches are supposed to encourage and support and be a good role model, and these things have not happened this season. She has been known to tell the girls, certain girls, that they cannot look at certain colleges because that is out of their league, and they need to set their sights a little bit lower, that it's not realistic for them. And most of these girls on this team, if you don't know, there are 6 freshmen, 3 sophomores, 1 junior, and 1 senior. So these are young girls that have had to go through and listen to this. On Friday, it was found that she had a vape at practice, and it was sitting on the ledge next to all of the water bottles where the girls were at. So not only was it there in reach where they could allow themselves to use it, which none of them did, thankfully, but the coach did and had that there. And I want to know, how did we get here? How did we get to this point where we are allowing these things to happen? I think we need to go back and review whatever happened during this hiring process, because I was told, and I have a letter here from Mr. Kowalczyk stating that this person was, the final decision of this candidate was this candidate aligns most with our athletic policy and our goals. Our priority is to ensure and gather all relevant information before making a decision, and that was why the hiring process took so long. If that's the case, then what went wrong here? More and more information is coming out about this person, and I find it very concerning that none of these things came out during the hiring process, because there's other things that have happened while this person was a teacher that I believe the administration or these people involved in this hiring process should have known, and if they didn't, then why? We need to really do better. We need to do better. These are our students, these are our daughters, and I am so thankful that I'm here talking about things that could have happened and not what happened. Because if something would have happened in that vehicle, we would have been in a really different situation here today. And I am very passionate about this, and you can tell that, and I want some answers. I want to know why this happened. And not only that, I want to know what's going to happen to fix it, because not only is she a coach, she's a teacher. And I do not want my student to then have issues in her classroom because of this. I do want to thank Mr. Floyd and Dr. Braun, because they both, as soon as they knew that this issue had arose, because a lot of people made phone calls, they jumped on it, and I know they're taking action, and I appreciate that 100%. But the board needs to know what's going on, and I think they need to take action as well.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Discussion items from the board. Anything we need to discuss? No further business. Meeting is adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. I guess I need a motion to adjourn. Making my colors. So
I will really adjourn the meeting.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I opposed?
Thank you.